starting their best of 5. We are about to hop into map number 1. Chaemiko against 120. Race ranking 1 against race ranking 3. Chaemiko climbed up all the way to the tippity top of the human rankings with his good performances lately. Absolutely destroyed Hawk earlier. Now we're going to see how he fares against the Necromancer as we move into game number 1. We're starting off on Concealed Hill.
How is 120 only rank 9?
I think he lost a couple games recently.
Oh yeah, the lose to Linguagua probably hurts his yellow ranking.
Yep. True. Alright, and we're starting off on Concealed Hill. I wonder how much 120 is going to switch up with his strategies. He is capable of playing both styles, Cryptlord Expo and DK Fiends. And in the last encounter, last TeD Cup in the semifinals, it was about 50-50 Cryptlord versus DK. And I wouldn't be too surprised to see this here come completely down to the maps. Concealed Hill can be pretty tough for Cryptlord, so seeing a DK here, not too surprising.
Last one was on the previous patch or this one?
This one.
Really? I expect almost only DK, personally. I mean, I've
think
been meeting 120 quite a bit on ladder, and I think he goes, like, he's really good with DK, and he goes mostly for that, so...
Yeah, I think on Echo Isles he's definitely going to go Cryptlord. On Northern, maybe? On Tidehunter's, maybe? But I think on Echo he should definitely go Cryptlord. If that is in the pool, we don't know exactly the vetoes here. What would you veto against 120?
Undead, probably. I don't know. I'm not sure. Actually, like, it really depends what style you think he's gonna play. If you think he really wants to play Crypt Lords, obviously you'd want to play Amazonia. If you think he really wants to play DK and stuff, then Amazonia can be kind of hard. I think on Amazonia he would go DK. Obviously, it's between DK and Lich usually. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think
I don't really compete much, so I don't have presets. Vetoes in my head. Like back in the day, if you would have asked me, I would have told you in 1 second what I would veto per matchup.
Yeah, we're gonna find out here throughout the course. I think 120 honestly should veto Last Refuge. I think that's the worst map nowadays. That Terranos stand is no longer in. What was this DK movement, by the way? Did you see that? He went over to the green, got the corpse there, then ran north. This DK crept nothing so far. Not the best early game for 120, so he's gonna rely on killing a lot of peasants here and getting some creep assets.
Yeah, and we've seen how humans try to make up for the fact that they're being harassed when it's like that by sending just an insane amount of militia, basically, which if you can evacuate with them, it doesn't even really matter that they took damage because they're still in your main mining after that. So it's all about minimizing the losses here. The DK barely got any XP here so far. Yeah, he really needs to steal that big null.
This is terrible. He needs to get level 2. This is a disaster for 120. He's trying to line up the Fiend shot with the coil. Oh, and he doesn't get it. That's GG. This game's over, bro. I'm serious. This game's over.
It's
go next.
Pretty bad.
Thank you, by the way.
So many footmen, by the way.
Hochmut with a 14-month resub. Much appreciated. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. This game's over. There's no way he wins this.
Actually, Chaemiko made so many footmen that he actually skipped on peasants. He has only 3 peasants on lumber in the main base, but he already has the lumber to tech. He could technically start tech now. Okay, he canceled the peasant just now. I'm legit curious.
Tech, bro.
He might prioritize. Okay, he's gonna get a staff.
Yeah, but it's only 4 peasants in the main. Don't you want more?
Yeah, but you can make them from the expo. Like literally, as it finishes, you can just spam them. Like the tech timing is also super important. But yeah, you're right. Sometimes you tech really fast now, and then you reach tier 2, and then you barely have any lumber. So there is like, usually the just middle is like 5 to 6 peasants on lumber in the main before you tech.
Yeah, really weird opening by 120. Normally you either creep the little green, where we saw the turtles, or you creep the claws camp, which is the norm, or you creep the spider crab in the middle. But doing 0 creeping into harass. Oh, and the Fiends surround. Look at the sexy Chaemiko plays. If this Fiend goes down, he's gonna tap out. Well, maybe not. I would tap out. I would have tapped out already.
Oh my god, there's another Fiend trapped. On the other side. He can't get out.
Yeah, okay. It's time to call it, bro. Come on. No shame in this. Oh, he's staying in. You know, he just played against Soen. He saw how long a game can be delayed. Oh my god, he gets the slaughter. He gets the slaughterhouse as well. Perfect game for Chaemiko. And it's GG.
It's so rare to see this type of game. Like, usually there's always going to be a good amount of damage dealt. I really wonder why he didn't creep that first small camp that you usually do and then go and harass. Because when you do that, you can even show up after the expo has been crept, you know, and then the peasants, they are not militia anymore, and then you can do a lot of damage. There's also an upside to showing up when the humans starting to do the camp, because this camp is like somewhat tough. So there's going to be a lot of poisons, peasants, and units, and then you can get a lot of kills. But yeah, the harass was the worst I've seen in a while, like in terms of damage.
I wonder what his thought process was. Why didn't he creep anything? Why did he go to the green camp in the first place? And then not creep it. So weird. This definitely looked like a bad build by 120. Not sure if the execution was so much the problem. It was just the build that just seemed pretty terrible. And Concealed Hill is, I would say, one of the better undead maps because of the difficulty of creeping that one. But that one goes to Chaemiko. 1-0 in the bank. Let's see what we get from map 2. Northern Isles. Okay. This map is pretty ambiguous for the undead in terms of strategy. It's really good for DK and it's really good for Cryptlord. So 120 here has a choice to make. We'll see what it is.
Chaemiko has been a big fan of the straight expo, by the way. Like, he's been doing it across multiple matchups, but against Undead it can be very risky. Yeah. No, against Undead he doesn't do it a lot, but there's always a small chance. Like, if he thinks, I mean, against Undead, to be honest, on this map you really don't need to. Like, it's probably a lot better to do small green near your base. And then if you see that the Undead's creeping that first small green, there's all the same on the other side, then you go for the expo immediately after.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, if you go for the instant expo and the Undead scouts it with an Acolyte, and the DK runs over and he steals the Magi, don't you just lose right away?
Yeah, it would be pretty bad, yeah. But I think you just... Usually when you go straight expo, you're relying on the meta being that the opponent has to creep a camp first. So that he's not going to be there.
Yeah.
I don't know how rigorous 120 is with the Acolyte scouting. I don't know if he does it necessarily every time.
Normally scouting is one of his big strengths, and he's going to need to muster some of that strength 120 here to come back. The first game really wasn't well done by him at all, if we're being honest. Maybe that grueling series against So it was a bit more taxing than we may have thought. We're going to go to map 2, Northern Isles. This one is certainly much better for the undead, and it's going to be TeD Fiend build again. Still no Cryptlord.
Don't you think Grand Finals should be best of 7, by the way?
I think it's weird if there's no vetoes. In some matchups, some maps are just so broken, you know? Like Orc versus Knight of Amazonia.
Yeah, but if semis are best of 5, then...
Yeah.
I don't know,
So,
it kind of feels like...
What I like the most is double elimination and then Grand Final best of 7 with the winner getting a 1-0 lead and the winner bracket guy, and the loser bracket guy gets a 1 map veto, you know?
Yeah, I guess TeD went for kind of like the easy schedule now, right? Where like for... Yeah. There's like the earlier round, the preliminaries, like qualifiers, whatever, and then like Saturday is like 4 quarterfinals, and then Sundays... He didn't even put a 3rd place match. It's just 2 semis best of 5 and then 1 grand finals best of 5. So it's like very straightforward, like very streamlined.
I much prefer that, by the way. I hate 3rd place matches. I feel like they're completely pointless.
Bro.
There's zero hype. Hate them.
What?
Hate them.
Talk against Soin. Inject that into my veins, man.
Hell no. Dude, I saw WGL Winter 2019. I think it was, right? Happy versus Lin Grand Final was a sick game. Lin played out of his mind. He got 1st place. Happy got 2nd. Before that Grand Final, we saw the 3rd place match, Fortitude versus TH. TH off-racing as Undead. And it was so clear that TH did not give a shit. And it was horrible.
But he still won though, right?
No, Fortitude won.
Okay, so this time, standard creep route here for 120. And this is where I expect Chaemiko to send militia directly and go and take the expo next.
Oh, traps the footy. Big mistake by Chaemiko. Okay, kind of opens it up though. Alright, never mind.
Even if you lose the footy, you can buy a lot of time here. That's really the goal. deal some extra damage. Oh, he's actually not expanding immediately after. Maybe because there was the Acolyte on top of him, and he was worried the DK would run across immediately. So instead, he's creeping a small green immediately behind, but we do have the 4th farm, so it's a guaranteed expo. So he's gonna wait for nighttime instead, and maybe do it the same as he did last game, just send like an absurd amount of militia. What was it last game, like 7 or something?
Yeah, and 1-0 might just creep level 2 first, and then go harass, and then harass the peasants while they're building the expansion. We've seen that a lot in the past, which can sometimes be more effective than showing up when it's being crept. And Chaemiko is going for the level 3 creep route here. Triple green into expansion.
A player's forces are under
DK gonna get the level 2, pick up a new sort of necromancy. And he's gonna have 2 coils to work with here once he starts harassing.
He sends 6 militia. Acolyte should wake up the Crypts, by the way, to start forcing some bloodlust. Yeah, he does it. Maybe a little late. Wait, what? He used Lightning Shield himself to do extra damage to Crypts, to kill the Crypts quicker. That's actually maybe gonna get the Magi before the DK even gets here. That's pretty good. And he drops my
DK
favorite
almost getting
item.
surrounded. Ring +4, yeah, pretty good for the MK later, right?
Right.
All the footies put on the DK. I feel like maybe you should split these footies a bit more. Some of the fiends and stuff. 2 peasants go down.
Denied. Last one was denied for sure. I don't know about the one before that. Look at this Skelly. Like, come here. Deny? Oh! He gets it.
Always. Yeah, the footy target at the beginning, I think, wasn't right here. He's following the DK around a bit too much, maybe. I always like 1 or 2 footies on the DK to always keep pressure on him. But this is the way I think is much better. 2 footies on the fiends, 2 footies on the DK, and the AM and Watch Elemental, and maybe 1 or 2 footmen deal with the Skellies. If you split this perfectly, it's much easier to defend this early harass. And there was quite a few peasants going down in the end. 3 or 4 there died at least.
He denied almost everything, though. That's kind of crazy. And now he's gonna sell the ring, I guess, and get staff, maybe boots. He keeps the ring. No comments.
player's forces are
No
under
boots?
attack.
What the hell? Boots would be so good.
Yeah, especially like when statues come out, it's good to pressure them, but he always prioritizes staff for some reason. And I think Chaemiko knows that... sorry, 120 knows that Chaemiko likes to counter pressure, so he's moving back in position to kill some more peasants before the tower's up here. A Fiend almost got caught on the other side, actually.
He keeps staring at the slaughterhouse, by the way. This statue could be trapped in the back and can't get out because of the trees.
Forces are
It's gonna be something to be
He-
kept in mind. Tower
needs to
gets
rally it well.
cancelled.
I don't like that last coil. He could have just run away with the Fiend. He wasn't gonna die anyway.
It's gonna be a few more peasants going down. Lumber for Chaemiko is looking great.
Oh my god. The water killed a ghoul.
Oh, got him.
There's a body right under the shop. That's a ghoul that died. He had 3 ghouls, now he has 2, and one of them is being threatened now as well.
Yeah, he's gonna have to remake one. Slaughterhouse, by the way, was freed, so statues should be coming out soon. Tech starting for Chaemiko. Under tier 3 already underway, but the DK is not level 3 yet. And Chaemiko, again, I really like how he and Sok both use their footmen against undead. Always ready for a threat to a counterattack or ready to creep jack, but they rarely send them in early. Just attacking into the fiends and losing so many 8 points. It's not that many footage.
Yeah.
How many is this? 6? Yeah, 6 only, in quotes.
And 120, he saw the Archmage, he saw no footman, he's like, oh, I know what you're doing. Again, great map awareness, and he knows his opponents really well. He knows that the footmen are probably at the top, so he's hoping that they run in now and overextend so he can punish. But all I like, Chaemiko is keeping an eye on the army. This is so well done by both.
Yeah.
He's keeping an eye on the army and he's saying, okay, I'm going to wait until you leave your base. I'm going to run the footmen behind your gold mine and then I'm going to stab the Archmage inside. 120 knowing this just kind of camps for now. And Chaemiko will be the one that loses patience first, looks like.
Oh, he's actually committing the footies and is staffing in, so he's ready to TP out here soon. Oh, look at the block. Only one footy
that's
made it
right.
into the back. The rest were blocked until now.
That Acolyte, what a champ. The bouncer
Very-
of the club.
Very important to keep them all alive, but one acolyte might be going down. Two are threatened. Oh my goodness. He actually saves them both. That's so crazy. All acolytes, I think, are still alive. It is a lot of lost mining time. It is some ghouls going down. So lumber and gold being lost here. But the Chaemiko, the TP should be worth it, I think. Another ghoul should be falling. And the AM is finally going to have to leave. He gets one acolyte finally at the tail end. Tier 3 is about to finish, though. We're going to take a look at the gold mine, though, soon. This is going to be a lot of gold lost. So a big gold lead for Chaemiko. Now he needs to heal up, get out his MK soon. And that's going to be happening here before too long.
Yeah, the lumber management for Chaemiko is actually pretty good here. He made a good amount of peasants. Now he's going into the improved lumber harvesting upgrades. So he could actually start castle tech immediately. And see, he prioritizes castle tech over mountain king. That's because it's more important to get that earlier so you can start your paladin and everything that you need. Get the orb, get the staff. Immediately moves back out. And it lines up perfectly with the Staff of Tele reloading with the cooldown as well. We got 7 seconds left, so he can do the same thing, run the footman in, and then staff in if the undead is not there. And if the undead's there, then he doesn't do it.
Yeah, great play by Chaemiko, absolutely.
Forces are under attack.
By the way, it was a 500 gold difference in the gold mines, plus the acolyte lost, so about 600 gold that 1-0 lost there, which is very expensive for him. Chaemiko has plenty of gold income to use himself, but for the undead, looking differently. And here we go again. Staff into the back, again going for the harass. I remember when Happy was still playing online tournaments, when he was part of Lucky Future, Chaemiko was able to beat him once there in these online tourneys, and this is how he would do it, with Zeppelins, with drops, going for the economy, with tanks, even with cannon towers. Very annoying to play against, very disruptive. And 1-0 just doesn't have any chance to build this big, scary tier 3 army. Chaemiko is just poking and prodding and preventing this for such a long time.
He didn't pull the trigger on that greater mana here. He knew that there was going to be a TP on time anyway. And we got a Sanctum coming up behind this. Mountain King is about to finish. He's getting 1 workshop. Usually you'd go for double workshop here.
Yeah, 1-0 has been so slowed down. Like, it's not as bad as the first game, but this again looks almost impossible to win.
A player's forces are under attack.
He's in a rough spot. I guess he might try and get Pit Lord and then just buzz the Expo. There's 3 towers, and the Arcane Tower is like very far forward. Oh my god, he gets Mana Stone, he has so many mana items. He's gonna need one of them now. Better healing should be used first. There it is. Chaemiko without Town Portal, by the way.
Yeah, these footies at this point in the game, of course, die very quickly. Gonna be replaced by Breakers and Knights soon. I'm still a bigger fan of the double barracks rather than the Sanctum, but I guess this way you can make Breakers faster. Well, not even that much faster. Look at that. Tier 3 is finished and the Breaker isn't even out yet.
Yeah, the point of the like not going double barracks is that if you go double barracks against undeads like Happy or 1-0 or X-Lord, they drop down double temple and then they just creep the whole map and they get to 80 supply with banshees and then they steal all of your knights. So it feels kind of bad to have gone for this many knights. And even if you get mortars, like not having breakers, curse is still kind of gonna own you and stuff. So we've seen a lot more humans starting to go back into that breaker meta to try and kind of negate the potential banshee transition here. So that's why we see him do that here.
Banshee Master would take a long time though. He could transition away from double barracks knights, but well, anyways. We do have breakers and knights coming and the gyros. But only single workshop, as you pointed out earlier. If these gyros start dying, it's going to be hard to replenish the numbers.
Yeah, really surprised he has the economy. Archmage needs orb and staff. Yeah, I cannot believe he didn't make a second workshop here. Especially against 1-0 who loves destroyer pushes.
Should be calling the militia and the pally and the knights, everything at the same time. Push is a little bit discombobulated, not everything hitting yet, but now everything is streaming in, and this is the time for Chaemiko to go. But the DK has so much mana, as we pointed out earlier, and there's no orb fire here yet. There is a staff.
And he has full inventory. Actually, he doesn't quite have the gold now. Instead, he favored going for more units. 1-0's kiting here is godlike, by the way. Like against this, sometimes you have like, you could have 8 flying machines here, you're still not gonna kill the Destros. He's gonna keep webbing, pulling back, killing the flying machines, re-engaging, coiling, having the statues healing, the unholy aura healing. And then you can never build a good enough flying machine count that you can actually chase those destroyers and kill them. No, the flying machine?
And for exactly this kind of defense, I do think double rags would have been better. But anyways, we're going in. Gyros are very low in numbers here. Fiend gets saved with the coil. Mana Stone is still available. And the DK is about at level 4. That's a big one. Level 2 aura now for the whole army. Destroyer. Oh my god, so close. Woo! Last second coil. One hit away from dying.
These mana items really did a lot for 120, by the way. Like, the Greater Mana was amazing to help save one of his units, and now he used the Mana Stone, which for all this time gave him extra mana regen as well. Like, now this is a scenario where if the DK runs out of mana, then the human has a real opportunity, especially if he gets Orb, to, you know, maybe take out the Lich, start killing Fiends much quicker. But because the DK has so much mana, now it's almost like discouraging. If you're Chaemiko, you're looking at this army, you're like, how am I ever going to kill anything? The Destroyers I can't kill. Whatever attack is going to get Frost Armored and Coiled.
And somehow, 1-0 finds a way into this game again, just with a good old Pit Lord timing push with Destroyers. Is something that we've seen a ton in the past. Happy pioneered this. It was looking rough for him for a moment, but he got his big army, 60 supply or so with tier 3, and Chaemiko wasn't quite ready yet. Didn't have AM4, didn't have his other heroes leveled.
It's Masaki and Pala are in absolute hell here. They got no XP to work with. It's physically stuck on level 1. Going for a Knight here. The Fiend might go down in seconds. If you can threaten both the Fiends and the Destroyer at the same time, that's why it's harder for 120 to keep everything alive, because you can only coil one of these. That one Destroyer is taking a lot of damage, so is a Fiend. A Fiend is going to go down, he coils the Destroyer instead. Again, great kiting. See, he's never standing in place. He just moves back, and because the human army has a lot of melee with those Knights, he's not letting them get too much surface area and damage, and immediately goes back to the Town Hall as a way to say, you have to attack back into me right now, because you have no choice, you have to say this expo, but if you do, I'll also smash you.
Expansion almost going down. Perhaps he could have committed for it. He has the Rain of Fire for some bonus damage still, and I think this Town Hall is gone. No Masonry was researched. This Town Hall not so survivable, and the Town Hall is dead, and that is usually what means curtains. Chaemiko calls for the GG. Man, it looked so good for him in the early game and mid game, but 1-0 does bring it back. Equalizes the series 1-1.
Yeah, I think you absolutely cannot have only one workshop there. And I don't know why, but for some reason, he really didn't seem to be in a rush to get Orb and Staff, which kind of feel necessary here at this stage. If you're going to be pressured this much and you're defending, also, I think he should have just sold the Staff of Teleportation. He really didn't need it anymore at this stage.
Yeah, if he had just had a bit more time, a bit more gold, could have invested a bit more money, this would have resulted in him being much, much stronger with that orb that you mentioned, with more Knights, Gyros, and everything. But 1-0 hits that timing razor sharp, just barely, and brings us to map 3. You really think he's going to play DK on Echo Isles?
DK all the way, bro. Every map.
Alright. $20?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm saying Crypt Lord.
20 euros?
I mean, what else? Fall?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Bucks usually I thought means dollar, but yeah, 20 euros. Let's go.
Alright.
I'm like 20 zlotys.
20 kronen. I'm trying to remember right now. Does Sweden have euro?
No, they got Swedish kroners.
Right? They get kroners.
But I think like the way to demean money the most is to say like rubles, right? Because like rubles are like so crazy, the Russian money. It's like big amounts for very little of any other currency, basically.
There's way crazier stuff though. Do you know the Zimbabwe dollar? It's like 50 million equals 50 cents or something. Yeah, they got some serious inflation going on.
That's crazy.
All right, boys, map number 3, Echo Isles. TeD is still sure that we're going to see a DK here. I would be so surprised. I'm surprised that you're not surprised. You know what I'm saying? Like, this map is so much better for Crypt Lord.
You could be right, but I just wanted to feel something, so I'm going to gamble.
Sag. That sounds depressing. All right, let's see what we get, ladies and gentlemen. Map number 3. Give me those dice, baby! Daddy needs new boots! What do we get? Alright. So it's a ghoul opening. It's not looking too good for you yet. But some undeads have been playing DK Ghoul Expo, so you're not completely lost yet.
It's Crypt Lord.
Especially on Last Refuge, DK Ghoul Expo is very popular, but of course this is Echo Isles. It looks like a Crypt Lord. Ooh.
Undeserved.
Maybe you could also invite me to a dinner that I, totally deserve.
Yeah, actually, that should be the form of payment. I'll buy you dinner when I finally meet you, so that's a great way for me not to pay my debt, because you never show up anyway.
I am gonna be in Cologne in 2 weeks, but I got a feeling you're not gonna come to the place that I'm at.
Where are you going?
It's the German tournament, the eer0 tournament thingy.
Oh, are you gonna play?
Probably not. If they need a player to substitute, I'm gonna play, but I'm just going as a guest, probably.
Nice.
Bang, baby! 20 bucks! Hell yeah!
Alright, dinner it is.
Crypt Lordio.
I'll see you there. I'll see you at the restaurant. Don't worry if I'm like a few minutes late. Just sit there and wait for me. Debug.
Backstory of this, guys, is I was visiting a friend in Cologne not too long ago, and Thor and I were supposed to have a dinner together, but some stuff got in the way, and I couldn't make it anymore, and he has not forgiven me for that.
Oh yeah, stuff got in the way. What stuff?
Well, we were, we were hanging out, and we were busy, and then, sorry, didn't have time anymore. Holy shit.
You don't want to say it, do you? You're ashamed that you urge us as a man not to be satisfied.
Oh my god, the footy almost dies. Instant Merc Camp creep by Chaemiko. That's kind of cool. That means he's gonna have 2 Shadow
for the
Priests.
steal. If you had gotten the Troll Priest stolen, that would have been a disaster here, but he negated that. Acolyte tried to go for the steal, didn't get it.
Gets a Crystal Ball. Sees the expansion timing. 1-0 made the 7th Acolyte, I think, a bit late, so I wonder if that's going to be relevant. Probably not, because Chaemiko's probably going to just try to expand himself, and 1-0 will be the aggressor here. It seems like this early game a little sloppy by 1-0. The Acolyte late and also the Crypt Lord took way too much damage. You want to take some damage on the Crypt Lord, but not this much.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't keep that up, like the next camp, he needs to be a bit more careful. And it's going to be very important to be able to creep the expansion very effectively here for Chaemiko, and I don't think he's going to be fighting 1-2-0 at the same time. Yeah, 1-2-0, usually you go for that. Oh, he's taking damage on the creep? Okay, I think he pulled the aggro.
Yeah. A little bit greedy, by the way, by 1-0. He went Expo first into Ziggurat. So that means he's going to have to halt production. Did he lose a ghoul? He did lose a ghoul to the creeps. 1-0. He's starting to seriously mess up. Oh, but he seals the Berserker. That's huge.
What a guy. Nice ping, bruh.
That's such a big deal. Normally you want to have that to defend against the Crypt Lord. But there is an AM level 3. Those water elementals are certainly strong. Now finally, Ziggurat coming up with the expansion.
He could click on the tunnel, maybe. Because he just started. Imagine if he impales the peasant and clicks on the tunnel. He might kill it.
Oh, with the Berserker. Oh, he's going to try. And the Berserker goes down.
He's going to get it.
Oh, he's getting...
Chaemiko has enough lumber. Like, the main concern when that happens is, are you going to have enough lumber immediately behind? So he does have enough, but he's going to lose some peasants.
Elementals are cleaning up this over time. Crypto is dropping very low, and it's not so easy for him to heal. He didn't get a tele staff, which is normally what you see. You harass here, you drop low, you staff back, you get Ritual Dagger and new Skellies. Now he's gonna have the long walk of shame back home, like I did when I got back from Cologne.
I hope so. And shame from not coming and hanging out with your dear friend, you and Merlo. Not from something else.
But this is the counter attack that's always the danger here. The human counter attack when the undead doesn't have level 3 yet, is low HP and doesn't have fiends yet. So it's going to be all down to the ghouls to defend here. But this also is where the berserker pickup was a big deal. If this attack here for Chaemiko had a berserker, it would be much more scary. He's taking out some acolytes and there's no necropolis to remake these acolytes.
The town is under siege.
Yeah, the counter attack has to do damage here. It still has the lightning shield. There's only one ghoul that's already injured, though. Oh, what? He's not a peasant. That peasant needs to go to battle, man. He can really hurt stuff here.
More ghoul goes down. So the tech advantage for 1-0 is going to be noticeable. But the Crypto is still struggling on low HP. 1-0 needs
So he
level
killed
3
two.
here, ASAP.
He got 2 of the acolytes at the expansion.
Yeah.
It prevented some mining time as well.
Forces are under attack.
He's got one
What is
impale.
this Creeplord doing? Get a dagger already, god damn.
Oh, not quite a surround on the surround master.
Under siege.
Shadow Priest gets out, some more ghouls going down. Another
the water-
acolyte died at the expansion, yeah, to the water
Yeah.
elemental. This is looking
That was
horrible
very
for 1-0.
Yeah, he messed up big time. Actually, one of the reasons I thought he wasn't gonna go Creeplord is I think Chaemiko's really good against Creeplord.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, and I know Echo is not the best map for DK necessarily, but yeah, Chaemiko is played so many times against Mikael in tournaments. It's super expensive. I feel like both him and Sok, they really started figuring out a lot better how to play against Creeplord.
Yeah, I think a mistake here by 1-0 was going for this greedy expansion before the Ziggurat. That meant that he had to stop ghoul production. And you just need mass ghouls to defend against this. Either mass ghouls or go for an early graveyard into fiends. But the Zayam is about to be level 4, and that means more and more water elementals, and 1-0 is seriously struggling.
He's being chased around. Archmage, yeah, almost being 4 as well. It's kind of scary because there's going to be low water elementals going to war. In a second, Chaemiko's still managing his lumber really well, by the way. Like, we got a lumber mill on the way and a lot of peasants on the expo. Creeplord finally gets 3.
Tier 2 finish for 1-0, but he lost so much mining time and units and stuff, he just can't really power up right now. Can't even afford a DK, can't go tier 3 yet. He needs DK, Slaughterhouse, Fiends, tier 3. He just doesn't have money for any of that. Rushes tier 3 before any of the other stuff.
Yeah, he needs to make acolytes at the expo.
That's weird. Shouldn't he be making Fiends and DK to contest the camps?
Yeah,
Forces are
maybe.
under attack.
It's so different than your usual game. Like, the counter attack actually ended up doing so much for Chaemiko, getting triple acolytes and also preventing mining time. He did go for a slaughterhouse at the expo, and he's still missing 2 acolytes. 1-0, this is really not the best game from him for sure here. How is he not getting this right now?
A bit of sloppiness, certainly visible in 1-0's play.
Oh, oh my god, the Creeplord.
Oh my
He's
god,
dead.
he's dead. He's dead! GG! This game is so over.
He never remade the extra echo on the expo, I don't get it. It's almost like when 1-0 starts losing sometimes, he just like screw this, you know, like he's just like on Tinder, swiping left and right, just trying to pass the time.
Is that one of your favorite pastimes?
Town is under siege.
No.
I did see
I
you
like
once
going on-
recommending
I like
it.
going on dinners with my friends. It's my favorite pastime.
No, I think when we were out to dinner together, you like to watch Twitch streams a lot, when I remember right.
Yeah. What can I say? I'm a passionate guy.
Passionate gamer. The AM is having a wonderful game, man. He's getting more and more ghoul kills. That's a big problem, or can be the problem with Cryptlord. You're stuck in ghouls for a long time. I think the new school way of playing Cryptlord is just transition to Fiends way earlier, make Graveyard before the tech, to then go into Fiends right away during the tech. And GG is called, and Chaemiko shall take the lead to win the series.
Really disappointed by both of the games that 1-0 lost, to be honest. Like some very clear mistakes. As much as this win was impressive, considering everything that had happened, both losses, like, what was that?
Yeah, and remember when he grabbed the first camp and he took that damage on the Crypt Lord? That matters. All that damage matters. When you come over for the harass, the Crypt Lord is supposed to be full HP or almost full HP. For that reason, also normally you want to buy double skull. Get one skull at the expansion and get one in the middle when you're creeping that merchant. You can sell the TP at the beginning because you can then just go for a telestaff in the middle when you're creeping that and then come into harass. Maybe you can also send ghouls to the human main in the meantime, but this... It looked a little sloppy and a little uninspired, I gotta say. 1-0 has played Crypt Lord much better than that before. Maybe it's also an issue here of practice input recently, because as you said, he's mostly been playing DK. And yeah, that Crypt Lord of his didn't look too solid, like we saw earlier from Soin when he tried the blade.
You know, the prize pool doubles, by the way, from second place to first place.
Hell yeah,
It's
dude.
8,000 yuan and 16,000, so that's like $1,234 for second place and almost 2,500 for first.
It's quite a bit of money. Didn't you say that 1-0 had the most prize money this year earned?
No.
No?
Is it? Let me check. No, Lin has more in Asia, I think.
Thank you, Stars and Stripes, for the 31-month resub. Says, time flies when you're having fun. Hopefully, we're going to have a fun game here and an equalizer for 1-0. We want to see a full-out best-of-5 series as we move to Tide Hunters next.
Yeah, Lin is first. 37k. 1-0 almost at 34k. Then you got Fly, Moon, Focus, Lolite, and Happy in 7th place. We need Happy against these guys, man. Come on. Let's go. LAN tournaments.
Hell yeah, brother. Thank you, Burrow Rush with 111 bits. Saying, good morning. Well, it's afternoon already in Germany, but I suppose to our K-Konas out there in America, it's the early morning hours. Ghoul opening again. I'm expecting a DK Ghouls here. What do you think?
DK go on this map. It's common. Yeah, there's a good chance that will be the case. I haven't seen 1-0 ever do Lich expansion. Seems like in Asia, the Undeads don't really like that style.
Like 2 years ago, he played that for a splash.
Really?
But not too much.
If a tournament finally happens, it's a Crypt Lord, by the way. If an offline tournament finally happens and we got all the best players in the world, what do you think the chances are? Like, what's the most unlikely scenario? What would be the chances for Hitman and Happy to meet in the finals, do you think?
Pretty decent, honestly. I think Hitman is one of the best orcs in the world. Could absolutely happen. Like, the most unlikely scenario would be like Soin. Okay, I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but okay, if Hawk comes through out of Europe, which is pretty likely, he's never gonna make it to the final.
Hater detected.
He's not. Sorry, he's not. And from Asia, I'm not sure who's gonna qualify. Let's say Linguagua. He's not gonna make it to the final.
Pass your head into a might, man.
I don't think so, Kev. Alright, Crypto Fast Expansion. We try again. This time no Acolyte Scout. And this map could be much better for Crypto Fast Expansion because the human doesn't have a Merc Camp. The Merc Camp is really what propels the AM forward in dealing with the Crypt Lord, the Ghouls, the Beetles, all of that. And also the level 3 creep route here isn't so easy for the human, is it? What is going to be that attempt, I wonder? Double claws, though, for the AM. Hallelujah.
Oh my god. What a guy. I don't play the same race as Chaemiko. I've never looted those two items. On this map, the marketplace is not far either. You can just go there and pick up another one.
Oh, the footy should not get surrounded. Oh, that's a big mistake. It's only one footman, but this leads to level 2 Crypt Lord. And that makes a big difference before the first engagement. And this is the scary ghoul attack that we saw so much in the past when Crypt Lord was all the rage. AM is only level 2, he doesn't have mercs, and he has to deal with all this stuff coming towards his expansion.
Yeah, 1-2-0 needs to be on point here. In the last few games, in the 2 that he lost, I honestly think he messed up big time. So he needs to be on point, target down those peasants that are in peasant form, not the militia. Take out as many of them as he can. And this time he didn't do a very greedy expo where he went for the gold mine, then the tower. Remember, the tower was very late last game. That was one of the big problems, and he took too much damage. Here, neither of those things happens. The Crypt Lord's healthy. He didn't overextend. He's pulling back on time, in my opinion. And he went for the ziggurat before the expo, so he can already start morphing that now.
If the ghoul falls, it's going to be level 3 AM, which would be a big deal.
A player's
I would
forces
love to see
are
boots here. But it's Telestaff instead on the Crypt Lord. I feel like boots are underused on the beetle. But anyways. Ghoul swinging around for the next counterattack. This is supposed to force the AM to stay back, to buy time for the Haunted to come up, which is not finished yet.
But
The footies, though, seem to be very out of position. They were
I think
in the
Ante
middle.
in particular loves getting boots on Crypt Lord.
Oh, it's a cancel. Ooh, game looking rough here for Chaemiko now. We've seen some other humans going for other creep routes, going for like the first yellow camp into the green and then call militia for the orange camp in the south, going for the turtles,
Yeah.
and then you get level 3. That might be the better counterplay against Crypt Lord on this map, I'm not sure.
Yeah, but maybe he wasn't sure what it was going to be. He didn't necessarily have to be a Crypt Lord. That's the thing with 1-2-0. He can play
Crypt Lord's
multiple
stuck!
styles. Really.
Oh, he staffed into a stuck
Bro.
position.
Oh my god. Well, I guess, yeah. He can sell the Tomb of Relics and remake it. He's kind of rich anyway. What a guy, stuck in a cage.
Like McGregor and Poirier the day after tomorrow. Who do you think's gonna win? The last 2 times I asked you, you said McGregor, and he lost both times. I'm not sure if I can trust you anymore.
Yeah, that's why I'm changing my prediction this time. I think Poirier is going to win. I
How's the
watched the
trash
press
talk?
conference last night, actually, dude. And I
How
think
was-
it feels forced. The trash talk feels forced. It doesn't feel very good this time.
Yeah, it's just what everybody expects by now, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, if this AM gets surrounded, he's gonna be forced into a TP, which would be very annoying. Whoo! Nice sidestep. He gets out.
forces are under attack.
Level 2 water elementals are very good right now. But unlike on Echo, Chaemiko doesn't have the Shadow Priest, doesn't have the Berserker. Well, actually, I'm not sure if he even had a Berserker, but he had 2 Shadow Priests, certainly. And again, holding on with only footies is not too easy. Crypt Lord needs to get level 3 from these footman kills and then make use of the beetles.
This Archmage might as well be a Blade Master here. All of these cloths and agility. I mean, to go for a surround. Almost, this is a bit desperate here by 1-2-0. He's hesitant. He keeps targeting the Archmage, then changing his mind. He needs to send more ghouls from the main base. But some of those are injured.
It is going to be a
And you
TP
get
first, though,
combo.
in the end.
There's almost an impale.
Oh, Chaemiko needs to keep that in mind. That impale
Why is he trying to surround? Just
could be
attack.
dangerous. Ooh,
He could have just attacked. I don't get it.
TP first. And there's no shop yet, and that's scary. One more impale could lead to a dead AM. Expansion, by the way, in a weird position. The lumber harvesting here isn't going to be too efficient. And finally some more creeping for 1-2. He's going to get his level 3 now, which was very desired for a long
Oh,
time.
Archmage is coming.
Oh, the
Oh my
AM!
God.
Oh!
Oh! Oh! Oh no, I think he escapes.
Oh! The old
Oh, he
impale!
stopped?
Oh! He stopped moving! Chaemiko! Oh, he was safe! He was
What
off
the
to the
hell?
wild! Could have gotten
When
out
I
of
saw the
there.
impale and distance, I was like, he's getting out. And then he stopped.
That's a big yikes. Alright, you know what? I have come to reconsider. I think Tidehunters is the best Crypt Lord expansion map nowadays.
What, because an Archmage stopped and died?
No, because it's easy expo and there's no mercs.
Yeah. The turtle?
I think
Wait,
Chaemiko
who
got
got
it,
it?
right?
Yeah.
Alright, Tavern
footies are
Revive
chasing
here.
down ghouls in the main, dude. You see that?
Alright, they got one. But tier 2 is finished. Tier 3 rushed right away. Slaughterhouse coming up. So much lumber. 1-0 is hitting on all cylinders here. That AM revive, of course, you could afford it with the expo. How much does that slow you down? Those resources being lost. How painful is that?
Oh yeah, level 3, it's terrible. It feels so expensive already. You really don't want to have to do that, but he had to. It would have taken forever to remake from the altar as well. And when you have an expo, it's not even a choice. Why is he not getting boots on that cripple? He could chase down like any amount of footmen, apply pressure on the Archmage. He's really making his own life miserable here. Double slaughterhouse, by the way. One in the main, one in the expo.
Yeah, love that.
A player's forces are under attack.
Ideally, you want to have 3 statues out by the time you reach tier 3, and then go for Destroyer Form and A-Bomb right away, and then Disease Cloud. And then you have so many upgrades coming in quickly after tier 3. Last hit to the Crypt Lord, Sentry Wards. Dude, Chaemiko is bloodthirsty this game. He's just brawling non-stop. And sometimes he walks into his own death, which was a bit problematic.
He needs to regen scroll badly here. Everything's injured. Fishing for that deny at the same time. 120's got all the initiative in the world. Sentry Ward is also amazing here up until there is a flying machine. It's going to be removal. He covers the Archmage to cancel the healing. Down the line, he might actually be able to kill the Archmage. Look, Cripple's getting closer to level 4. If he has Impale level 2, even from afar, if he can land that Impale.
I think it's the right choice though for Chaemiko to keep up the pressure. You don't want to give 1-0 free creeping to level 4 Crypt Lord and level 3 DK. And with the MK coming out soon, he's going to have some kill threat of his own. Footy's faking a run by, but there's not really much they can achieve here.
Yeah, 1-0 is playing this really well now. He knows that he's just quite a bit ahead. He can just creep and there's not much Chaemiko can do about it.
Mountain King's finally on the way. Him on his macro, but he's forgetting about Ziggurats. Ah, wait, one more finish just a second ago. Okay, now he's got supply capacity, but he needs another one. And, okay, gets the Fiends around. That might be a kill.
How dare you doubt the Crab King, Remo?
I'm sorry. I take that back. MK's in. Could be another Fiend kill. DK at the moment only level 1. The coil, not too impressive. Impale. Oh, look at the block. Chaemiko, we didn't see too many blocks today for him, but he can still do it. He still got it, TeD. Unlike McGregor, who's gonna lose tomorrow.
What a hater.
And he killed 3 Fiends there. That was a good exchange for Chaemiko.
Yeah, that's not supposed to happen. Usually this is the time where if he had gone for 2 crypts, like the German undeads do, he would have had 5 Fiends instead of 3, and this human army would be dying a lot quicker, and everything would be getting saved.
Yeah, and also
because he went 1 crypt, double slaughter. Yeah.
Ooh. That's TP. Okay, never mind.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, why didn't he go double crypt and double slaughterhouse? He could have afforded it.
Bro, he could go double crypt, double slaughterhouse, 1 temple, and 1 freaking boneyard if he wanted to.
Oh, the Fiend dies again. Wow. 4 Fiends going down. Chaemiko really coming back in this game. And 1-0 letting it slip out of his hand.
And it's really it's a snowball effect here, is what happens. He had too few Fiends, so he started losing some of them, and then he had even less Fiends, and then he kept on losing them and losing more and losing more. It's not really supposed to happen, and it sucks, but he still has 62 supply, and look at how many ghouls he has. He's about to have Frenzy here. Frenzy is 70%.
Yeah.
And there's only 2 towers, so... I mean, you can send Militia, but it's not going to do that much against that big an army.
The 2 towers... Is this gonna be enough to keep Helm's Deep safe? Or are Saruman's forces gonna burst through here? Where's the suicidal bomber? I don't see it yet. Imagine Sapper somehow shows up now to make this Lord of the Rings analogy perfect, but even without it, oh boy! It's a scary timing. 1-0 had the faster expansion, the faster tech, and might be closing out this game now. We do have Web as well, not 20 Fiends left. But the Frenzy Ghouls at this timing are so strong, because there's no clap, there's no... any good counter to these ghouls. There's some water elementals, but those get dispelled.
I don't know if that knight even hit once. He literally ran inside of the army, just ran around, did nothing, and then died. Mountain King is gonna get melted. And Lich coming in really handy here with the orb. Destroyer still alive. Web helped tremendously against the flying machines, which were not in high number. Paladin, his days are numbered here, maybe.
And that is going to tie up our series once again, it would seem. Chaemiko had a bit of a comeback there with these Fiend kills, but he was just way too far behind after that early game. The initial harass at the expansion, super impactful, and of course that AM kill also a really big deal.
By the way, did you watch the Jake Paul fight? Or Logan
no.
Paul, rather, the last one?
No. It's pretty
Well, I
crazy though
thought
that
this was,
Mayweather being like 30 pounds heavier or 40 still kind of destroyed him.
Yeah,
It's
lighter,
pretty
you
nuts.
mean.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like if
Happy.
Happy played against me with like a 30% handicap. Of course, he's never gonna lose.
Well, you did beat him once on Last Refuge, I remember.
Yeah, 4 years ago.
That's more than most people can claim. Alright, Chaemiko still trying. The expansion was killed though. We got some fighters in today. They don't give up quickly.
Yeah, you never know in this type of game. Like, if 120 gets overeager, like actually he's kind of fighting the creeps. Oh my god, he gets bolted from the golem. No, he's gonna lose the decay.
Well,
What?
well, you can easily afford a tavern revive though, and the MK is surrounded, and frenzy ghouls do good damage. There's a staff though.
Destroyer is gonna die. This was the worst fight that he could take here, 120.
Yeah.
I think he's still gonna win, but
Yeah, this is one of
that was
those
almost
fights
full
like
potential.
you know, unlosable game, just a click, whatever. Which is not the mindset you should have as a pro gamer, but I am very familiar with that feeling from ladder. When you lose those games because you were complacent when you shouldn't have lost it at all, those are the worst losses, I feel.
Well, I should never lose, so that's every loss for me.
You should never lose
Yeah,
because you're always the superior player.
I'm the best to ever do it.
True. Very true. Lots of statues on the ground could easily be morphed into Destros. The DK is back from the tavern. Almost level 3. Impale, Nova. Oh, but good save on the knight. I think he has double staff now. Ah, no. That was still the only one.
Can you imagine 120 thinking, you want to stay down? Why is he still fighting back?
Paladino doesn't have Divine Shield. He's got the aura, but he's gonna get away. There's one Nova available. Why isn't he morphing destroyers? I guess because of the gyros? Oh, the
It's
knight.
120. He resurrected a crab last time we saw him on this map.
Yeah, which was exactly here, by the way.
Yeah. For all we know, he might just mass more statues and actually attack move with them with the Lich.
Huge army for 120. 73 supply. Finally got the DK3, which is a big deal. Chaemiko sitting on 50.
Ghoul in the expo. I need to jackpot some injured peasants.
A player's forces are under
Did
attack.
these peasants kill the ghoul?
Bro, are you serious? Frenzy?
Oh, his friend is showing up. The second ghoul would certainly seal the deal.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised to see Chaemiko still try. If at least he had like MK and Pala close to 3, I would understand. But here, like, this is... You're just never ever winning this.
Maybe he hopes to tire out 120. He had a long series earlier already.
I feel like it's the opposite. 120 is in heaven right now. He's just chilling, you know, like crushing.
Some players don't mind being in a disadvantageous position and playing from behind and just, you know, kind of playing it down the middle, practicing micro a bit. I wonder what the next map is. So we have remaining Last Refuge. Oh my god, I'm blanking. Amazonia. What's the last one?
Autumn Leaves is in this
Autumn
tournament
Leaves.
or not?
Yeah, true. Autumn Leaves, correct. GG called. And we have 2-2. We saw that coming for a while, of course. Chaemiko there. This was the time where his early game didn't work out at all. And now we're going to come to the decider map. So I would assume 120 vetoed Last Refuge.
Sorry?
And
Say again?
I would assume that 120 vetoed Last Refuge. How is Autumn Leaves? I feel like that can also be a tough map for human versus undead.
Yeah, and Chaemiko plays weird on this map. Like I said, a lot of straight expo, but yeah, against undead, you can usually discount that. Then again, if he's convinced that it's going to be a Creep Lord or that there's going to be DK creeping a little bit at first. It might be okay to creep the one in the corner first for Chaemiko. You don't even necessarily have to take it. You can just scout and then see whether you're able to. It makes for a lot of interesting scenarios.
I don't think you can creep the corner first. The Acolyte should always be scouting for that.
Oh. Yeah, but imagine he goes Crypt Lord. It's on either side, it's a bit of a gamble. Like, you have to try and anticipate what the opponent's going to do and then do the creep route that you think is going to go good against that. If you get it wrong, you know, it sucks, but...
I think it's DK here. This is a pretty good DK map. You can get some crucial steals against the human. It can be very tough for the human here to get level 3, especially if he expands in the middle.
Yeah. Out of Happy, we know what we would see, but out of 1-0, you never really know here.
We don't know, do we? We don't know. Cryptlord worked out very well in Titans because there's no mercenaries there. That was the main reason, but also a good play. And maybe a bit of a greedy expo by Chaemiko. Here, we do have a merc camp, but it's not very easily accessible.
Yeah. I mean, it's not accessible at all up until the mid-game, I guess you could say, in this matchup.
You can pull the creeps there, theoretically. There's no Ensnare boy there.
Yeah, I haven't seen many people do it. I think Infy's been the one with Elf, it's like easier. Because you have the Wisp already in position at the back once it's nighttime.
I've seen like Fortitude or maybe even Chaemiko do it as well once or twice. But it's still a pretty new map. All the details haven't been figured out yet. Autumn Leaves is our last map. So indeed it was Last Refuge vetoed by 1-0 and Amazonia vetoed by Chaemiko. So let's decide this. The final map in our grand final. Autumn Leaves.
Looks like a DK opener.
You see, I know.
Dude, I almost bet. I almost bet.
I would have taken that bet, bro. You would have been down 2 dinners. Altar pointing to the right doesn't have to mean gold mine creep right away. Could just be the green.
He's doing the gold mine, bro.
Oh, you want to bet?
No.
That would be so dangerous, though. If 1-0 shows up there and steals 2 last hits, that's a double yikes.
Yeah, but he's supposed to creep first.
But he's gonna have the Acolyte here, and if he sees the Archmage running over, he should just abandon creeping.
I did a study session a while back with Mikael. He was losing a bunch to humans. I was like, how is that even possible? And I watched the replays with him. He wasn't even scouting. I was like, literally the first thing you have to do, you're not even doing right. So I think he's corrected that now.
How can you be so rude to your friend? Jeez.
Bro, I'm helping him. Are you serious? Is that rude? I'm like that teacher in Whiplash.
Louder! Faster!
There are no two words in the English language than good job. It's the same in Warcraft 3.
Yeah. So your role model is a psychotic maniac that terrorizes people. Is that what I'm getting out of this?
He's not psychotic. He just brings the best out of talented people.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Not everybody can be like all nice, like Coach Remo, you know, all enthusiastic, living a dream life, wearing tracksuits every day and stuff.
We were talking about movies earlier, by the way. I love that movie. Whiplash is so good.
Yeah, it was good.
I think it's the best movie of this century.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I love when the teacher is complimenting the other guy. And just to tilt the main guy, like Miles Teller or whatever. And then he's like, are you kidding me? And he's like, for that shit?
For that shit? Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Dude, how cute was his girlfriend, by the way? I always forget her name. Melissa something, maybe? Absolutely gorgeous.
I don't even remember, actually.
And she has a TV show as well that's called Supergirl or something. But I was like, no, dude, this is too trashy. I'm not going to do this. And 1-0, by the way, he lost the Acolyte, so he doesn't know where the expansion creep is happening. This is a big mistake in the early game. that Acolyte is not supposed to die so early. You need to figure out where the AM is going, and this led to the AM safely creeping the gold mine here. 1-0 missing a big opportunity.
Oh my god, double ring. Oh no.
Baby.
This game is over, Remo. I've been there. It doesn't feel good.
Ah, it's not over. DK shows up late. Gets the last hit with the right click.
What a guy.
Chad.
Kevin said in the chats, by the way, I told Todd I can't reach 2K1 MMR, and he said, well, you never watch replays, you lazy fuck, I guess. And then I watched reps and reached it today. Todd equals #1 coach. There you go. Oh my god.
Oh!
That
Oh
was
my
a
god!
sick 2 rounds.
Oh, I was looking at the peasant in the main. Lol. I think that's also where 1-0 was looking. He was harassing there with Skellies. Didn't even see this. DK forced the TP back home. Dude, Kevin, don't think that we didn't notice this flex right here. Basically, what you were trying to do is tell chat that now you're 2100 MMR. Alright, bro. Well done.
What a guy. He deserves it. And he reached it.
He's a good guy. Kevin, are you
No,
coming...
actually-
Are you coming to the Experion tournament? A lot of Germans are coming.
You know, Kevin, I sent him, because I went 1-5 against Infist Night Elf. And then I sent him the replays. He went to his replay thing folder. All of the replays were from previous patches. This guy literally never watches replays. Unbelievable.
Neither do I.
Yeah, but you watch like every competitive game almost.
Yeah. That's true.
Mitch.
Sold the big ring, keeps the small ring. I like that. Good value. Last hit goes to
You ever saw that
1-0.
movie, the Bling Ring?
No.
Something like that?
Wait, is that the one about prostitution?
That's the one where like a bunch of like students or whatever, they just go into the houses of like famous people because there's like no security system. So they go into like the house of Paris Hilton and like steal her jewelry and whatever.
Oh, that sounds real dumb.
It is, but it's also great. But do you watch Too Hot to Handle on Netflix?
No, don't know what that is.
Do you know what that is?
No.
Oh my god, the DK?
A friend of mine recently recommended to me, as far as movies go, he told me, man, Remo, I know a great movie, you should watch it. And I already forgot the title, but it's the one with Jesse Eisenberg, where they play, and I think Kevin Spacey, where they play poker in Vegas. No, they play blackjack. You know that one?
Is that... That's not 21, is it?
Oh, fuck, what's it called? Chad, help me out. It's called something like... God damn it. 21. Yeah, 21, that's the one. And that's the
Okay.
worst movie I've ever seen. And from now on...
Oh, it was good, bro. Come on.
Are you kidding me? It's so atrocious. It's ridiculous how bad it is. It is absolute trash. And from now on, I have branded this friend as having absolutely no taste in movies. Get wrecked.
Still better than not showing up for dinners, though. Hey, you need to watch Too Hot to Handle on Netflix. It's a show where like it's a bunch of like, you know, young, attractive people. They go to like some island or whatever, so they expect, you know, it's going to be the usual debauchery that will make their parents very proud. But instead, they're prohibited from doing any sexual activity. So kissing, sex, relieving themselves. And they start with 100K. And if they do any of those things, they lose money from that 100K. So obviously there's some degenerates. They can't keep it in their pants for 1 second, and they just keep losing money for everyone. Then there's drama.
It sounds
Need to
very
watch that.
soapy, but gotta be honest with you, Todd, I don't think I'm gonna watch that. So we have an attack against the tower. There's a lot of repair going on. The tower stays alive thanks to the 10 peasants at work. Footy's come back from the main. 1-0 was forced to cancel his tech with that footman run by. Ooh, the fiend. Footies. Don't quite get the kill. Oh my god, these fiend saves. Runs
Around
into the
potential.
creeps. Oh, the lich gets surrounded. Again, he was looking elsewhere just like me. And Chaemiko might be doing it. He might be getting the revenge for TeD Cup 4. His tech is almost done. Under tier 3, only just started. Lich died, no statues yet. DK not yet level 3. Chaemiko looking glorious this game.
Dude, this DK has cheated death so many times. It's been like 1 or 2 hits away from dying. He restarts Lich at home, gets a statue. And the Spirit Tower almost feels like overkill back at home for 1-2-0. I was really expecting like more footman attacks and harassment on his gold mine. Then how is there always skeletons killing peasants in the main base of Chaemiko?
Oh. There's no arcane tower there. That's a bit greedy. But alright, it's gonna work out, I suppose. It's not over yet though, boys. Once the undead gets to triple hero, 60 supply, a lot of things can happen. Now, that point in the game has been slowed down immensely, but it is gonna come. 1-0 will get a Pit Lord third. Well, he might actually stay on dual hero, but he will get destroyers, he will get orb. And he will have a scary force. Chaemiko needs to get ready for that time. With his own triple hero, and knights, and gyros. And I really don't think he should go for early breakers. Gotta be honest.
DK finally gets 3. In a game where you're doing well, maybe there's a bit more incentive to go for the double racks. But yeah, you never really want to overmake knights unless you're 100% sure the opponent's not going to go Banshee ever.
Can't you just go like 65 supply knights, and then if they're going banshees, you just transition?
Yeah. But like, you know, if you make like 6 knights, it's already late. You've already kind of overmade them, because then if the opponent goes for banshees, he ends up stealing them. But you can also take control of the map. Like start harassing more. Yeah, he's going double racks, double workshop. This is looking fantastic.
That's my boy! Chaemiko, double racks, double workshop. That's the ticket to victory. And 1-0. He is finally tier 3. Destroyer form coming in. DK is on a weird journey. What is the DK doing there? That's how the Fiend dies. What was he doing up there? Very confusing.
You're the religious man. You tell us, Remo.
Nice stone bolts around. But he can find out. Oh! Keeps it locked in with the water elemental. Nicely done. Misses the coil. Oh god, this game just everything is going horrid. It started with an Acolyte Scout missing. I'm telling you. That Acolyte Scout cost him a lot. Ooh, heal potion transferred. Oh my god, is he gonna get this feed as well? No way! No way! TP transfer! TP transfer, perfect play! Oh, that would have been so sick. MK goes
Honestly,
down.
for MK1, is like, I'll take that trade any day.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the downside of fighting without orb here. 1-2-0 could have just fully disengaged, but he started getting stone bolted and then he just overcommitted to fights. How does this Archmage have this many water elementals? God damn.
Losing that Fiend really slows down 1-0.
It is sick, by the way, for Chaemiko to recognize that he didn't need towers in this game. He was just doing so great the whole time that he was just like, I'm gonna skip them entirely here and go quicker into more army and then just do really well. And yeah, he's pumping out
tanks.
Wait, why is he going tanks?
That could work out. Just lay him to death with tanks and creep in the meantime. But honestly, that's also a way to lose the game. If he just cranks out Knights Gyros endlessly,
yeah.
I think there's no way he can lose this game.
Yeah. I think there's pretty much no way he can lose, but yeah, that's maybe made his life a little bit more difficult doing that. Book of the Dead, maybe? Be used? Where is it? Leech! Oh my god, what a guy.
He's waiting with the coil. He's waiting to see where the Stormbolt flies. And Chaemiko's waiting for the coil to come in and then use the Stormbolt. Nice patience between the two, but he gets the Fiend in the end.
He didn't buy Orb again.
You don't seem satisfied with that.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that here it's good.
I know some humans skip on Orb and sometimes even staff for a long time to get more units. Blade is one of those.
Yeah, but now he had the economy for sure. He's been so rich.
Oh my god, so many Fiends going down. This is a rip for 1-2-0.
It's kind of a bad fight from Chaemiko to fight now at this like this much, but Finn in the center of the map sees the two tanks. He's like, "Where are you going? Get back here! No, no, don't go this way."
Paladino goes down. 1-0 upgrades only on the tanks, so the 3 ghouls can deal with these tanks.
Stuff is down actually.
Oh my god, Chaemiko, are you gonna lose this game because you made tanks? That would be so sad.
Nah. The tanks can actually find some damage here. What is he gonna go for?
Can they though? Can they though, Todd?
If you go for the shop, actually he has +1 attack. If he goes for the shop, he gets it for sure. But they're derping around like idiots. Oh my god. One of the tanks gets surrounded. Lol. He still has the Book of the Dead, by the way. Wait, does he not have web? Oh, he does.
He does. Yeah. Alright, this is
Yeah,
quite a few
Archmage
gyros
full mana
now.
is like, if he kills the destroyers, he can start making water elementals again. Archmage! Oh my god!
Ooh, bro! Dude, this game is way too sweaty. Chaemiko doesn't have flag cannons, by the way. So, no AoE, damn.
So he got a Zig and he's gonna damage the shop a bunch. At least he didn't go for a second wave. Black cannons are gonna be very important here to help out. How many flame machines? It's just the 4 there. Wait, the peasants are not mining in the expo. They must have been attacking like a skeleton or something. And the militia is just camping on the right side doing nothing. Chaemiko's kind of falling apart.
Dude, there's a lot of sloppiness this game by both players. It's been a long day, I suppose. Not absolutely perfect execution that we see from the two. MK gets level 2. Waiting for the pally to come back. He's going to be returning soon.
It's barely any fiends. It still feels like Chaemiko should win. Just buy a little bit of time. Yeah, let some of these peasants die. They don't really matter so much. Build up. If he builds up like a 4 knights counts, and then he has enough flying machines to deal with the destroy, he's just going to win the fight easy. He could even wait until the Book of the Dead expires, but he's going to engage right now for some reason. Still without orb.
Yeah, lost the shop. Can't go for it now. One destroyer goes down. But the knight count still isn't too high. Pally in trouble again. Might be falling once more, but he's only level 1. He will be returning soon.
Ooh,
Pally dies.
Actually, he was on cooldown.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of weird. The Archmage almost as a bluff ran towards the Pala. I was like, oh, he can maybe staff, but no. He needs to remake shop, Chaemiko. If he can get a second staff, that would be pretty good. Might be able to save his hero more, and he's still trying to build up that knight count. He's finally got enough flying machines to deal with destroyers, but now there's a Dark Ranger. He goes Black Arrow first, like, actually not Silence. Interesting.
Okay. If Chaemiko loses this game, he's gonna be so devastated. Those tanks, bro! I'm telling you! But he's still looking good. He's still looking very strong here. 15 supply lead. But he doesn't want to engage yet. 3 knights isn't quite the count he wants to have. 5 knights! Then we're talking.
There's a greater healing, by the way, for 1-0. So even if his DK was to be in danger, he can actually save that. But he doesn't have much mana, actually. DK not working with too much mana here. A ghoul is working on peasants in the expo. What the hell? Now there's a big knight count. Yeah, I think this
Lich
might
almost
be
getting
it.
surrounded. Oh, that was close. One more coil is there, but that's the last one for a long time. Watch Menace in the back. Pushing away the statues. Would love to see gyro bombs. Oh, we do have gyro bombs. Cool. Now we can attack the statues with that one. And it seems like Chaemiko finally has full control again. Now up at 73 supply.
And he's doing this so well. He puts the knights on the fiends. He puts the water elemental on the statues. Look at the statue. One of them almost died. A destroyer with 1 HP is chasing flying machines right now. What am I looking at? They could just turn around and kill it, but they're busy bombing away at the statue.
Yeah, really nicely done.
It's better to kill them before they're born, Remo.
Oh, MK might be in trouble. Could be going down. Is there a staff? There is not. Losing that shop earlier, not having a second staff, definitely painful. And the MK goes down.
Oh,
Did he deny that? He denied it, right?
That's so sick. DK might have gotten close to 5 here with this.
Pretty cool.
But where's the Anabomb here? Oh no, it's gonna be the one Anabomb without Disease Cloud, isn't it?
And the knight gets another kill. Chaemiko earlier, a little too eager to take those fights before the proper army, and also the tanks were a risky choice, but seems like he is in full control now. He's got a new shop up, which should finally be the second staff. And some invulns also would be pretty nice.
Actually, there's not many flying machines left. And he has, what, 1, 2, 3 statues. So he might go for some more destroyers here. And then just out-micro the flying machines again. Because the knight count is getting really crazy here. So his choice is to try and play Fiend Destro and just out-micro and kite, or to go into Banshees. And I don't think he can go into Banshee here. It just feels like it's too late.
Oh, one gyro getting caught. He's not making new gyros, which definitely seems like a mistake.
Oh, can he coin? Wait, what? He lets one Destro die.
1-0, kiting as much as he can. So many knights to deal with, though. Normally at this point in the game, you want to use Rain of Fire plus Nova to chip away at them with AoE. But damn, they have a lot of damage. 1-1 upgrade only. But very good control. He's putting like 2 knights on every fiend. And he's killing so many at the same time. And he gets almost a surround in the midst of it.
He staffed the knight with 2 HP. DK, 1 unit kill or 2 from level 5 here. 1 more unit to do it. Maybe the footman on the left-hand side. Abom finally gonna go down. He finally made this cloud. That Abom went down almost instantly. And Acolyte is in the fight, actually repairing statue here. Yeah, 120 struggling. He's trying to go for the paladin.
Oh, silence! And he goes down. Still no second staff, which I think is kind of crazy. It's been a lot of hero kills for 120. Saves that fiend with the coil. Mana low again. Lich has 1 Nova, by the way. The AM! Ooh, who's gonna go down first, though? Heal potion transfer, but doesn't get it off in time. AM still has the invuln, which he may have to use here. Black arrow. Ooh. He risks it.
He's gonna fake the coil. Watch this. Maybe he doesn't need to.
Wait, he's dead.
Where's he going?
He's trying to transfer the staff.
He's transferring the staff. He's gonna
Oh my
get it.
god.
Oh my god.
Hoggies.
And that's it.
And that's game. GG called. And Chaemiko is our winner of TeD Cup 5.